us with every. Okay, I was gonna say, go ahead and start recording, Jill. And she kind of helps us with everything on the back office end of things, and she's the person I turn to when I can't answer your questions. And so she's very knowledgeable, and she's going to be talking about the Bahamas cruise tonight, and also answering any questions that anybody might have about the Alaska cruise. So go ahead, Jill.
Okay, thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and I appreciate Todd for having me tonight to present Bless the Badge group. And we know you've been on our ship several times, so we really appreciate it. It's just a wonderful organization, and we love having you year over year. I have been with Norwegian 10 years, a little over 10 years now, and in the travel industry for over 30. So I just absolutely though love cruising, and the Getaway was actually my first Norwegian cruise that I had taken. So and then I've been on her a couple more times after that. So I'm excited to present you to her tonight. So we're going to get started. So this is the Bahamas cruise, and it is leaving October 19th to the 23rd of 2026. First off, I'm going to show a video of this wonderful organization. And the last couple years ago, they had a conference on one of our ships. So I'm going to play that now. See the sun looking down from below. Hear the call rising up, setting fire to my soul. We don't know where we are, but it don't matter in the wild. Here we go, making moves, ready or not tonight. Like a bullet, speeding car. I'll be your ride or die. Let's do it. Oh, you know I'm up for anything. Up for anything. Never stop, make it last. Raise up our hands all night. Go where we want, rushing past all of the no's and why's. We can do it all the feels that feel so right. Look at me, looking at you, and we know we'll be fine. Like a bullet, speeding high. I'll be your ride or die. Let's do it. Oh, you know I'm up for anything. Up for All right, that's really awesome. What a great time you all looked like you had. So excited that I know you're going to Alaska this year and now this great Bahamas trip in 2026. So this is your itinerary. You're leaving out of Miami, and then you head over to Great Stirrup Key, our private island in the Bahamas. Then you have a really nice, relaxing day at sea, or you can enjoy the ship all day long. And then Thursday, you stop in Nassau, Bahamas, and stay there for the day, and then you travel back home to Miami. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Great Stirrup Key. She's a really wonderful island paradise that we have. We were actually the first cruise line to have a private island. So this is the first private island that there was. And then everybody seemed to follow suit after us on this. we have made upgrades throughout the years, and we're continually to do even greater enhancements throughout that you're going to actually see firsthand next year. Some of these items will be done, and I'm going to give you a little hint in a few minutes, but they should be done by the end of this year, so you'll get to enjoy them next year. Here's a little video on Great Stirrup Cay. All right. So lots of activities to do on Great Stirrup Cay. We have 270 acres of private island, white sand beaches. There's snorkeling. There's zip lining. There's all the water sports that you would, that you can do, such as jet skiing, paddle boarding, just taking a raft and floating. Um, Lots of different activities, from very easy, relaxing to maybe more extreme, if that's what you prefer. So a little bit of something for everyone. Here's one of the shore excursions that we do, which is it's a zip line, and it's not just one zip line, it's kind of like a canopy tour where it goes to different little ports, and then you zip line in different areas across the sea or across the island. But it is really, really a great thing. There's many shore excursions that you can do from this island that are similar to the ones that you can also do in Nassau as well. So one of the bigger excursions here is swimming with the pigs, which is a very, very popular excursion. If you want to do an excursion on the island, you can also do that from Nassau as well. And then there's of course, the snorkeling gear that's available and so forth. We also have a private area called Silver Cove. Silver Cove is key access exclusive only. And there's cabanas around this beautiful cove that are air conditioned. They actually have bedrooms, showers, and they have full wait staff. And they currently have a pool. However, in the future, at the end of this year, we are going to have some great things happening on the other side of the island as well. So you don't necessarily have to purchase a cabana to enjoy Silver Cove in that pool, we're actually going to have a large pool area that's coming to the island. We're also going to have that dock, as you see below. So we are tendering right now into the island, but we are currently building a dock, and that should be done by the end of the year. So that will be great as well. So you'll be able to go on and off the ship pretty fast at that point, instead of having to tender back and forth to the ship. And then that is also helps us to not miss that island when there's bad weather, or maybe it's not bad weather, but it's bad seas and we're not able to use the tenders out. So this is going to really help us to go to that port as much as possible. Now I can show you a little flip here, just flips it really quickly. It's just a little tease because that's in renderings of what's going to happen, but more and more is going to come out in the following months, and you'll be able to see actually even more details on that. Okay, and so then you do have a day at sea, and I'll be talking a lot about the cruise in just a little bit. But once you have your day at sea, then you hop over to Nassau. Nassau has some, it's really an easy walk off the ship. You can go right into town. There's some shopping there and some restaurants. What's also popular is to go over to Paradise Island, which is just a bridge away or a little boat ride away. And you can do certain things like the Atlantis Resort. That's an excursion of ours that you can actually go on. And you can experience they have a huge water park at the Atlantis, so you could spend the day and just enjoy this entire resort. It's pretty amazing. That actual bridge on the top of the hotel is actually a bedroom. And back in the day, I think it was worth like 15,000 a night, but I think now it's probably I don't even know. Todd, I don't even know if you know, but it's probably, I think it's 20,000 or 25,000 a night now. So it's pretty, I think Michael Jackson used to stay there, and it's called the Michael Jackson Suite.
Yeah, it's a little bit out of my price range.
Yeah, mine too. Some other shore excursions are some kayaks you could do, and like I had mentioned, zip lining, but I also pulled a couple. You can find these on ncl.com under shore excursions, and you can look through all of the shore excursions that we have. Once you're booked, you will also be able to see them under your profile. You can just go right under shore excursions in the explore category, and you can find out all of the shore excursions that are with your sailing. But here's just a couple that I picked that you can do during the day. They have city tours as well. If you prefer just hanging out at the city, there is a city tour that takes place. So you can go around and look at the beautiful colored buildings and just the way that they live in the Bahamas. And they've really built that port up a lot over the last few years. I was very shocked when I went there last year. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about the Getaway. She's a beautiful ship, like I said, was my first ship back and when I started the company in 2015, and she just came out in 2014 then. So she was built in 2014. She has over 20 dining options on board. So you're gonna miss some, or you might not if you try hard enough, but you probably miss some on a 3-night cruise and not be able to get to all of them. But so you'll have to come back and try them all out. So there's water slides and sports complexes. There's zip lining as well on board, and we have the ropes course on this ship. So and wonderful shows as well, and I'll be talking a little bit more about that in a little bit later there. Just a fun little tidbit, the godmothers of this ship are the Miami Dolphins. So that was a little unique there that we did. So this is the ship. She's about 145,000 tons, has about 18 decks and close to 4,000 passengers. and the crew is around 1,600. So she's one of our larger ships there. And then I want to talk to you a little about the stateroom accommodations. I have a little video on that right now to show you first. Well, funny enough, I showed you the whole ship video, but now we're going to go into the accommodations. See here real quick. Oh. Okay. So the stateroom, first of the staterooms are the haven. So we have something for everyone, from the single traveler to the luxury travel and everything in between. We are a multi-generational company and cruise line. And so we have a little bit of something for accommodations, for entertainment, for dining, for everyone. So this is what you can see here. This is our Haven complex. So it's an enclave of suites. They have their own pool, their own restaurant, lounge, key access only into this complex, their own sun deck, 24 hours and 7 days a week butler service, as well as 24-hour concierge service. So very high touch and just very private and beautiful, beautiful accommodations. Then we have, like I had mentioned, down to the solo passengers. So we have solo guest rooms as well if you're going alone. We have inside, ocean view, or balcony solo cabins. So whatever your preference is. And then there's a solo lounge specifically for that solo traveler. So in that lounge is really nice. They have a nice setup where they will come in for a continental breakfast and then also an afternoon tea, as you would say, but there is wine and such available there as well. And so that makes it a little private to those guests. Here you can see this is one of our balcony cabins. They accommodate anywhere from 2 to 4 guests. And floor-to-ceiling doors that open up to a private balcony. Approximate size anywhere from 204 to 366 square feet. And as you can see, it's on a numerous amount of decks and anywhere from forward, mid to aft. So you can choose those accommodations there. Then we have our ocean view staterooms, and that's what that looks like. So pretty much the same thing, except for, well, this would have a, if we go back here, as you can see, there is a couch in the balcony area, but not in the ocean view here. And then on the inside cabin would not have any windows. So they're approximately around the same square footage, maybe a little smaller. If there were thirds and fourths, and there would be bunks coming from the top, as you can see here in this picture. Okay, moving on to our dining. Okay, so we have over 11 complimentary dining rooms on the Breakaway. We have one large main dining room, as you saw first, and then we have two smaller main dining rooms. We have a 24-hour, 7 days a week right there, which is those Sheehan's. We have our buffet area, which is the Garden Cafe. We have Shanghai Noodle Bar, which is an Asian flair restaurant, and so forth. So lots of different, and this is the Haven restaurant. If you were staying in the Haven, you would have access to this additional restaurant as well. And then this is the Shanghai that I had mentioned, which is also complimentary. So it gives you lots of options there. And then we have our specialty dining. So we have 16 specialty dining restaurants. You can dine in or you can dine out, anywhere from steakhouse to Italian, French. We have our Brazilian steakhouse as well. We have our fish, which is ocean blue. We have teppanyaki, which is our Japanese restaurant. We have a bake shop. So lots of different sushi, as you can see here with wasabi. And this is teppanyaki, which is our Japanese steakhouse. So many different restaurants for you to choose from. And in your package, you'll be able to enjoy one as well. The bars and lounges, we have several bars and lounges on board. This one here in particular is one of my favorites. It is the ice bar, which is the Sky Vodka Ice Bar. So you suit up before you go in. It is all ice. Even the bar is ice. The chairs are ice. Everything is ice. Even your cocktail comes in an ice glass. And they suit you up in, a parka and gloves and everything. And then you go in and you have a drink at that bar. And they typically say you can stay about 15 minutes before it gets too cold for you. But that's a really interesting, and we don't have that on all of our ships. So, but I do love that about there. And then here's several other ones. So we have 22 bars and lounges on board this ship. So anywhere from, we have a sugarcane mojito bar, a martini bar, a malting whiskey bar. So many different lounges. And what's great is in the evening, I mean, the ship just lights up with entertainment. But in all of these venues, there's either a guitarist or a pianist or a singer or a full band in each of these venues as entertainment. So it's just really, really a fun atmosphere and always something going on around the ship.
Jill,
Yes.
can you force that to go back a screen or two?
Okay, to which one?
It was the Spice H2O.
Was it on the roll here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Hang on one moment. I know what I know what you, yeah. So it's going to go itself, but I don't think I can stop it on there.
Oh, you can't stop it. Okay.
I
Spice
will.
H2O will be the area we take over for the private dance party that we'll be having. It'll show up here real quick, but it's pretty much the whole back of the ship, and there's a huge jumbotron back there. We'll have a DJ. They'll have, there it
Right
is,
here.
right there,
Yeah.
Spice H2O. They'll clear out all the chairs that are down below, and we've done concerts and stuff back there before, so that'll be kind of fun to be able to take over that with everybody from Bless the Badge and do our private dance party back there.
Yeah, very fun, very fun. That's a great area to have it for sure. Also, some of these bars and lounges are inside or outside. As you can see, Sugarcane is one of them. The Cellars Wine Bar as well as another that you can just have a drink outside of the venue. Sugarcane is really great. Usually there's dancing in Sugarcane with a great band there as well. And then we have our entertainment and activities. Like I said, there is something for everyone. And we have activities for adults and children. And some of the things that look like their children event activities, the adults love even more. So there's anywhere from miniature golf to the zip lining, like I said, or the ropes course, which is really challenging, or uh, um, you could go up to the sports complex and so forth. So lots of different things there. Or if you just prefer to pull up a chair at Sid Norman's Poorhouse and listen to the music or sing along or go to one of our award-winning shows, there is something for everyone. And here is a video on that. So the entertainment changes as far as we'll know closer to your cruise time, you know, which types of shows and things like that would be on board. But we
They
do
have
like
had $1 Million Quartet on there for since like 2014.
yeah,
Hopefully that doesn't go anywhere because I think that we're really lucky on the Bliss going to Alaska. We have Jersey Boys.
yes,
Probably
yes,
my favorite out of
right.
all NCL productions is Jersey Boys. My second favorite is $1 Million Quartet because, as you mentioned, Getaway was your first. It was also
Yeah.
my first. And
Mhm.
I think that those two shows, out of all the shows that NCL has, are probably the most family friendly shows and also probably the most two popular shows that NCL has. And so we're kind of lucky that we're going to Alaska and getting Jersey Boys and then turning around and going to the Bahamas and getting $1 Million Quartet if it's still on there, which I don't
Yeah.
see them
I
losing.
don't see it, and I haven't heard anything that it wasn't.
Yeah.
But you know, the littler shows may change around. Like this is Burn the Floor, that it's on there as well. That may change up a little bit. You just never know if those ones, but those main ones that are very popular that everybody loves, like you had said, we try to keep those around a long time. So thank you for that, Todd. Okay, so here's we have the aqua. Just some pictures of these things. This lower picture here is called Walk the Plank. So you actually walk a few feet away from the ship at 18. Now, once you're up there, you're about 20 decks up because the ropes course is 2 stories high. So it is about 20 stories up. And then you walk off the plank. I mean, you're fully geared, but you can ring a bell when you're up there. And then, but you have to turn around and come back. It's actually, you think it's not scary, but it's a little bit challenging for me at least. I get the shaky legs. But it's a lot of fun. And just so many things, so many fun things to do on board. And then again, we still have our wonderful and continue will always kids club that's complimentary for ages 3 to 17 years old. Of course, we break them up into different groups. There's actually a group of Splash. Boy, my mind's like Splash Academy. Sorry, Splash Academy, and then we have Entourage for our teens. But even inside those two big groups, we separate them into smaller groups, like 3 to 4 year olds and so forth, because we know the different enrichment activities are different for each ages. And we've been pretty award winning over the years on that as well. Okay, I think that's about it. I have, oh, no, I'm sorry, there's stuff for the adults as well. How about that? The casino, we have a wonderful casino on board, of course. We have the Vibe Beach Club, which is adult only, Sun Deck, which has a bar and some hot tubs and some loungers. And then we have the Mandara Spa there where you could choose to have some services such as massage, or you can buy a package that's the thermal spa. So you can have this all week as you can see, those thermal loungers or the hot tubs. We have saunas and lots of different things for your relaxation there. And then we also have our Pulse Fitness Club. That was it, besides this last one, which is the goodies part. So for a limited time, you can get a fully refundable. The deposits are $50 per person, and they're fully refundable up until final payment. So I would highly suggest Todd got these this wonderful discounted group package for this group, and those ships sell out pretty quickly because they're 3 and 4 nights. Everyone loves those itineraries as well. And so they sell out pretty quickly. So he's holding these spots right now. Deposits by 6/30/2020. And then we also, I'm throwing in a little bonus here of 1 night additional specialty dining for the guests 1 and 2, because correct me if I'm wrong, Todd, there's 1 already on their booking. And,
Yes.
and this would be an additional dining for guests 1
Yes.
and 2. And then a 12 pack of water delivered to your cabin. Todd said 72 hours, but I'm actually going to go ahead and give it to you if you book by the 30th. So we'll keep it streamlined there. So deposits in by the 30th, and then also if you do book by the 30th, you'll also get this additional specialty restaurant and 12 pack of water. And that is all I have. Now, Todd, I do have your website up. If you'd like me to show that, I'd be happy to do so.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do that.
Okay. All right. 1 moment.
You're keeping us in suspense, aren't you?
I am. I am. Okay, here we go. This should do it. Let me know if that worked.
There it is.
Okay. All right. So, love the private dance party. That is really awesome. And you let me know how far you would like me to
You
scroll.
can go all the way down. The current pricing is on there right now.
Okay. Wonderful military discount. Yes. Okay. So,
And those prices are good. Those prices, with the exception of the ocean view, because we can't do ocean views in the group. We can pull them into the group if somebody wants to book one. We can't hold them in the group. But the inside staterooms, the balcony staterooms, those prices are actually cheaper than what you guys are offering right now.
oh
5%,
yeah, I bet.
5% cheaper on the insides and 15% cheaper on the on the balconies.
Yeah. Right. There's hardly a difference too. Yeah, that balcony stateroom rate is really, really good.
Yeah,
Really.
it's really good.
Hey, Joe,
But
what
even the
port are we going out of?
Miami. And even the this is a club balcony suite.
Yes, yep,
Yeah,
had those held too.
it's really good. Oh, and you got some solo cabins there. Good.
No, those are outside of the group. We can pull
Uh-huh.
them in, but they're Norwegian prices. Can't hold them at group
Can't hold.
level.
Right, right. Okay. Does anyone want me to go up further or check these out again? And the website here, I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat box so that everybody has it. There.
Actually, anybody that goes to blessthebadgecruise.com can choose between the Alaska cruise, this cruise, and I believe, Jill, starting in July sometime, maybe towards the end of July, we should be able to start seeing the Mediterranean cruise for
Yes.
2027.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. We should be coming out with our deployment for the rest of 27th, which is Europe, Alaska, and maybe even further. But that should be out in mid-July. Yes. So very excited about those new itineraries. We're already talking about 27, 28.
Wendy, do you want to talk just for a minute about how your vision for this cruise? It's a little bit different than the Alaska cruise and the cruise last year.
Yes. So based on popular demand, yes, we are going to be having annual cruises. But we had to kind of navigate through what that would look like because it's kind of an impossibility to do fall one year and then spring the next without either one right on the heels or waiting a whole year and a half before we do it. So we landed on October. We're going to continue with, I think what we were hinting at before of every other year is going to be a bucket list year. So that's why you're hearing about the Mediterranean. So we have Alaska this year, Caribbean next year, and then Mediterranean. Then we'll go back to Caribbean again, and then we'll have another bucket list. And we have a whole list of places that are under consideration. And certainly we'll put it on the group to get feedback on where we might go next when we're ready to start talking about that next one. But as far as the Caribbean ones, we're just going to kind of go throughout, right, and try different places each of the times. The reason this one, this Bahama cruise for next year is a little bit different is we are shortening the duration, as you probably saw, largely because we didn't give as much time on it, but also because we know Alaska was quite expensive. And so shortening the duration as well as the cost, as you saw on the previous screen there. And we're still trying to decide to what extent we'll have Bless the Badge activities on it. I mean, we'll definitely have activities. We're trying to decide about the conference piece as far as the at-sea days and that if that's something that folks want or if we would rather just lay low and have it more of a social type cruise. So we'll get feedback on that, but that's why it's called, instead of a cruise and conference, it's a cruise and connect because we're just really envisioning it's probably a bit more social. We'll still have get-togethers, but we may not have the conference piece just because we don't have a lot of time in this one. So I think that's the gist. Any questions? Makes sense. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Anything to add?
You covered it.
All right.
I'm sitting there going, yay, and didn't realize I had my
You're
microphone muted. Does anybody have any questions for Jill about either the Alaska cruise or the Bahamas cruise?
The Bahamas one, if you want to kind of start looking at what some back-to-back stuff would be, the before or after the cruise, I'll hit you up after a while.
Okay. I barely heard you.
What I'm needing is some back-to-back before or after the cruise for the Caribbean one.
Oh, you want to, okay, so you want to do another cruise after or before?
Either one, yeah.
Yep,
If
reach
you
out
want
to me,
it
yeah.
before,
Just-
It's yeah, I'll hit you up later.
Yeah, shoot me an email and I'll get you hooked up because I do think that ship does alternate between that itinerary to a longer itinerary and then back to that itinerary. So it could be that you're even staying on the ship. If not, it's out of Miami. So, I mean, there's all kinds of NCL stuff coming out of there every single day.
Okay, great.
Yeah, shoot me an email.
We'll do. Thanks.
Yeah.
I see Amy's hands up as well.
Good evening, everyone. So, Dr. Riley and I have a question about the excursions in Alaska. So the train option, that's only in Ketchikan, correct?
The White Pass Railroad.
I think
believe
so,
that-
yeah.
Yeah, I
I
believe
believe-
that is only in Ketchikan, yes.
Okay.
And bring your passport with you on that one because it does come, if you're taking the train up and then taking the bus back, you'll need your passport because the bus does cross into Canada.
Todd,
Okay.
is that Ketchikan or Skagway?
What was that?
That was the question.
That was the question. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's there's so many good options there that we're struggling a bit. We want to do the train, but we were also looking at zip lining and we were looking at, you know, some other stuff too. And it's like, oh goodness, too many options all in one place.
I heard you, Charles. I'm gonna look real quick. Just give me a minute
I believe that's gonna be Skagway and not Ketchikan.
for that train.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have any other questions?
No.
Hey, Todd,
Yes,
Dr. Riley,
Dr. Mike.
what's going on?
Hey, my brother, how are you?
Good, sir. Just a quick question. Amy didn't ask the full question, but I expect her to read my mind. There's two options for the train, and I'm just curious. One of them is a half day where you go one way, you get off, get on the bus, return back, and another one for the full day. What is the actual difference between the full day with no bus and a half day with a bus?
I would imagine the hours.
Thank you.
You're going to be medicated when I see you, brother.
Let me look. I'm writing it down right now to find out for Dr. Mike. What is the difference between the two?
And we're going to be talking tomorrow anyway, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Jill is aware of your situation with the air and she is working on it tomorrow once they can open up. It might take them 2 or 3 days to send it up to the chain, but it's gonna get worked out one way or the other. Like I told you, we got
All
you.
right, nothing less than first class, Jill.
I'll work on it.
I mean, you're getting a doctor, a trooper, a firefighter, a paramedic
Couple of nurses.
on this flight. So there's something bound medical to happen. Always happens on my flight. So might as well just cut it off at the path.
It's good to know. It's good to know. Thank you.
All right, I've got notes for both you and Charles and Peggy, so I'll be reaching out to both of you guys tomorrow.
Any other questions? Todd, I heard you had some goodies to give away.
I do. Do you happen? I saw you working away down there. Do you happen to have your little spinny thing?
I might.
You might.
We like the spinny thing.
I should have texted and said something. Okay.
I can co-host you. Is that what you need?
Oh, sure.
You can share your screen?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so we have 2 giveaways we're gonna do. The first one, which one do you want to do first? Wendy?
You decide.
Let's do the t-shirt first. So we're gonna give away a t-shirt for the Bless the Badge cruise to Alaska. And I'll let you go ahead and do your thing. And Charles and Peggy Croat. So
Great. You
while
have
I'm reaching out to you tomorrow, Charles, I'll also get your shirt size and who it's for and whatnot.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
So Todd, you have to decide, is it a one-time eligibility or are they eligible for the next one as well?
Let's do one
Um,
time.
Oh, he wants to do one time. There, look at
All
that.
right.
All right. So this one is for a free deposit for 2 people in 1 room for the Caribbean cruise. So we're going to go ahead and pay for somebody's deposit for the Caribbean cruise.
Nice. You ready?
Yep. And Matt and Jamie Hoying
Hey.
get their deposits. I didn't even notice that they were in here.
Thank you.
There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome. I will reach out to you guys tomorrow and we can go from there.
Okay, sounds good.
Alrighty.
Hey, Jamie, sounds like you're going on another cruise. Yes. I'll take it. Awesome.
So,
Awesome.
all right, Wendy, anything else? Jill?
Not from my end. You good? Well, thank you all for being here. It was great
Thank
to see
you.
your faces. Good to see you all.
Thank you all.
And this will be posted in the Facebook group, probably tomorrow. I know it probably takes about an hour or so, Jill, for it to
Yeah,
render and whatnot.
I'll send it to you in the morning.
You
Yeah,
can send
sometimes
me
it
the
takes.
link tomorrow, and then I'll post it in the Facebook group.
Yeah.
And anybody in the Facebook group that watches this video, you want to honor till the end of the month, allowing them to have the beverage package if they sign up, or the dining thing, I mean.
Right, the one specialty additional dining or
Yeah.
12 ounces of water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
sign
All
up by
right.
the
Good.
30th. Yep.
So
I'm
now
giving
they
them-
have to watch till the end, or they won't even know.
That's right. That's right. They have to watch the whole thing. Exactly.
So, all right. I appreciate you, Jill.
Oh, I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. And it's really wonderful. And thank you all for joining tonight. Hope you enjoyed the presentation. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the show.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Thank you all.